Blessings, family. How are y'all doing on this Take It to the King Tuesday? Well, it's day 7 of my personal Proverbs challenge, so here we are. Proverbs chapter 7. Now, just like all the other books in Proverbs so far, this is about wisdom and walking in wisdom. And those of us who want to walk in wisdom and make better decisions in 2025, I think there's something here that'll help. I know it's going to help me, so I think it'll be essential to you in your endeavors in 2025. So we're going to get started. The majority of this chapter is really talking about the wayward woman or the adulterous woman or the evil woman. But we're just going to talk about the good stuff. We're going to talk about what can keep us away from her. And in some instances, those of you who don't struggle with that, you can substitute that for whatever your vice is or whatever it is that you may struggle with, whether it's social media or a behavioral pattern or whatever. But yeah, so we're going to go. I'm just going to jump right into it. Proverbs 7. I'm going to be reading this tonight from the Amplified, and then I'm going to show you something in the Passion Translation as well. My son, keep my words and treasure my commandments within you, so they are readily available to guide you. Keep my commandments and live, and keep my teachings and law as the apple of your eye. I'm just going to keep going. Verse 3, bind them securely on your fingers and write them on the tablet of your heart. Verse 4, say to skillful and godly wisdom, you are my sister, and regard understanding and intelligent insight as your intimate friends. Verse 5, that they may keep you from the immoral woman, from the foreigner who does not observe God's laws and who flatters with her smooth words. So, real quick, because I learned some stuff, y'all. So, first of all, in where it says in verse 2, guard insight and wisdom, guard your father's instructions and your mother's teaching as the apple of your eye. I did a study on this years ago. I couldn't go look for it, but I did find out a few things. So the term apple of the eye, basically it means the little man of the eye, or the pupil, or the ball of our eye. The word origin, the meaning is either man or individual. And as I was studying this, I thought of it. Have you ever heard the saying, the eyes are the window of the soul? Well, that's not really in the Bible, right? However, Matthew 6:22, Jesus did say the eye is the lamp of the body. So that's good enough for me. So this implies that one's eyes reflect their inner state and what they focus on in life, essentially acting as a window to the soul. And I thought that was pretty interesting because while I was researching, like I said in the past, I don't know what Bible study I was teaching on. But anyway, I'll just go back to what I found today. It says that the eye, or the apple of the eye, or the pupil, it acts as the opening that regulates the amount of light entering into the eye by changing its size depending on the light conditions, allowing for clear vision in varying brightness levels. Now, in the Hebrew culture, the term that's used is ishon. Anyway, I'm just going to leave that alone. And it's used metaphorically in the Hebrew Bible to refer to the pupil of the eye, often translated as apple of the eye. And it signifies something precious, delicate, and in need of protection. And the imagery conveys the idea of something that is central and vital, much like the pupil is of the eye. And that's how we have to treasure, that's how we have to protect wisdom and godly insight and understanding. We have to guard it, protect it, and cherish it just as we would the apple of our eye, or the pupil of our eye. So the other thing I found out, the cultural and historical background of this term apple of the eye. It says in ancient Near Eastern culture, the eye was considered the window to the soul and a vital organ that required protection. The apple of the eye is a metaphor used to express deep affection and care, as the eye is one of the most sensitive and guarded parts of the body. And this metaphor is found in various ancient texts. It says, emphasizing the importance of safeguarding what is most cherished. Okay, now that verse in Proverbs 7 verse 2 in the Passion Translation, it reads, "If you do what I say, you will live well. Guard your life with my revelation truth, for my teaching is as precious as your eyesight." And also in the footnote for that, it literally reads, "the little man of the eye," which is a figure of speech for, again, your most prized possession. I also found out that the usage, that was that. As far as, so that's how we have to treasure God's wisdom, his understanding and insight that he imparts to us. The second part of that is in the reading where it says that we have to say to wisdom that she is our sister, and say to understanding that you are my intimate friend. What I found out is in the Hebrew culture, in the background, it says that family relationships were central to social structure and identity. It goes on to say that sisters often played crucial roles in maintaining family ties and supporting their brothers and other family members. And that kind of reminded me of Mary and Martha, the sisters of Lazarus, right? So it goes on to say this concept of sisterhood extended beyond biological relationships to include tribal and national affiliations, emphasizing unity and solidarity. So this is how we have to treat wisdom and understanding as our sisters, as our intimate friends. That's what we got to do. Well, I'm speaking for myself. That's what I got to do. So there will be more of that for me in 2025. So that's it for tonight. Proverbs 7 verses 1 through 5. Cherish wisdom, guarded and protected as you would the apple of your eye. Good night. God bless you. And tune in tomorrow.